Hello everyone. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can assemble your own personal self-care kit. Okay, I know when I used to counsel high school students, I have a little kit that I put inside a little bag. Well, it's not very little because it's kind of big, about this big. Anyways, you'll see later on when I show you the bag, the size of the bag. And I wanted to show you how you can assemble your own little portable kit, Neuroart for Neurographica. You can modify it for your own purposes, for your own self-care kit, but more or less it's the same, you know? So it's like, let me go through a summary of what you actually need in the self-care kit. So first of all, what you will need is definitely paper. So whatever kind of paper, you have to choose the size of paper, what kind of paper, and it also depends on what kind of art materials you're going to be using for your artwork, for your self-care when you're doing it. Okay, so the next thing you are going to need is definitely markers. Okay, markers, pen, pencil, your choice, whatever that fits you, that you need. So I would suggest like maybe keep 2 of them around. Okay, so you need something to draw with. So I'm going to keep this list to a very bare minimum so that you can kind of pick and modify what you need, add or subtract what you need and what you don't need. Okay, so modify to your heart's content, and it also makes a pretty good gift for other people. So the next thing you're going to need is art materials. So what kind of art materials are you going to be doing? What kind of art materials are you going to be needing for this self-care kit? That is the art materials that you'll be using for your own self-care. Okay, and then finally, a bag to put all of them together. So I'm going to make this list based on the Neurographica, okay? But you can modify it to whatever you need. Oh yes, and one of the other things that you are going to need for Neurographica is you are going to need some markers for your field lines and your fixation. Okay, so I'm going to switch screens now to show you the stuff I have on this table. Okay, so here are all the stuff that I put together to show you what you will need. Some of them are just examples, and you can actually just pick and choose which one you want. Okay, so like I said, the first thing you need is paper. So paper you need to take note of is what kind of paper and what size. So like here, this is an A4 size. This is an Ingress paper. It's good for pastels, color pencils, and just general drawing, but not very good for markers. Okay, so but you can substitute this for any kind of paper, even mixed media paper. So I put this here because I couldn't find anything that is ring bound. It's always nice to have something that's ring bound because then you can have all your pictures in here. Okay, I have done a few pictures in here already, as you can see. Okay, and they go very nicely with a ring bound booklet. Okay, and then you can put them in a little bag. All right, so this is one of it, and then there are different sizes. Okay, you can find these sketchbooks or different sets of kind of paper in booklets like this. Okay, so like for example, this is the smaller one. I think this is like A5 size. This is like half half of this size here. Okay, so this is a mixed media pad that I have already recommended to as one of my recommendations to everybody. Okay, and then the other thing you can opt to do is maybe have another pad of paper like this. Okay, this is really small, even smaller than this A5 size. Okay, or even a pack of postcards, like art paper postcards. I don't have it on hand right now, but if you pretend these are art paper postcards, I think they're slightly smaller, the postcard size stuff. So you can keep a little pad of it inside that bag. Okay, so now this is the paper. Next, we have coloring materials. Let's do the coloring materials first, okay? And then we'll go to the rest of the stuff. Coloring material. Decide on what you want to do with your self-care kit. Okay, what kind of coloring materials you want? Like these pastels are like really cheap. This set is like for under $10. Okay, and this is like $2 from the $2 store. We have a store here at Daiso that I bought this pre-COVID for like $2, and I've been using this set for my counseling sessions for art. Okay, and then of course you can also get color pencils. These are the best. I highly recommend color pencils because they're dual purpose. They're not as messy as pastels or markers. Okay, markers tend to dry out. You don't use them for alcohol markers. That's why, and they're very fat and they're very space consuming, I would say. So depending on what kind of size you want to assemble, what kind of bag that you want to assemble your kit in. So like for example, this is a set of 24 color budget color pencils that I ordered off AliExpress for like $10. This was during COVID, during the COVID pandemic, that I ordered like a few of these sets. So you can get something like this, and I purposely picked this set because it's a set of 24, as you can see, and they're stacked like that. So they're pretty small. Okay, small and compact. Now, if you don't want budget colored pencils and you like the more expensive ones, but you can't afford it, then I suggest go for the more expensive colored pencils like your Faber-Castells and your Caran d'Ache or your Derwent Lightfast, but get the 12 color set. Now, they may be top of the range, but the 12 color sets are still very reasonably priced and within reach of most people. Obviously, if you get that bigger set, they are going to cost you hundreds of dollars and all that. But if you get the set of 12, it's probably still quite economical. Okay, probably not as cheap as the budget color pencils, but you pay for what you get. All right. Now, we talk about markers. Drawing markers. I would suggest you keep like at least 2 drawing markers or drawing pens or pencils. If you have pencils, then you're going to need sharpener and eraser and all that. Or your markers, just keep a couple of them around, just in case one runs out, you know, and then you can have the other one. So that's my suggestion. And then, and you only need 2 because they're smaller. Okay, so if you get the art markers, the art markers, which are pretty fat. Let me see if I can find one. Okay, I can't find one, but I can find a similar one. Art markers are probably this fat. Okay, so imagine if you carry 12 of these around. Okay, so not very practical and compact. So these, just get markers, or at the very least pens. These are pens. Uniball Signal pens, Uniball Signal Air in particular, and I've been recommending these on my website and even on the YouTube channel with links and all that. Okay, they are very economically priced. They're not very expensive, but they are really smooth to write with and draw with. Okay, the only downside is they don't dry instantly. All right, now then you're gonna need something for your field lines and your fixation. So I suggest that you keep 3 markers, okay, your favorite markers, any 3 markers for your fixation and your field lines. Why 3? So that you have choice of one other color to make. Okay, so what I have here is the gold one, the silver one, and the metallic purple. Okay, they're all different brands, and I particularly like these. So you can have whichever your favorite ones are. Okay, so just have 3 so you have a little bit of choice. Like you have one choice, and if one dries out, you can use the other one too. So that's the idea with just having 3 markers for fixation and field lines. And then we come to the bag. So earlier on, I mentioned that I used to keep a bag of art materials when I was doing counseling with my secondary school students or high school students for Americans. I don't counsel Americans in Singapore, but this is the size that I was talking about. Okay, this size is larger than the A4 size. It's double, so it's like I can put like a huge drawing block in there. This is A4 size. Okay, and then I'll just put a collection of crayons, markers. Oh yeah, with markers, you can also opt to get something like this. These are highlighters, but you can get a small pack of markers for your few lines and your fixation. Okay, whichever one is more convenient. So to go with minimalism, 3 markers. Okay, if you want more, get something like this. Okay, or you can get a bigger set, the 12 sets one. They're pretty cheap. Okay, and then you get one of these bags. Okay, they come in different sizes. They're very cheap. They're like only a few dollars, at least for me when I was getting them here. They're like under $4 each. And then you just put everything in one of these bags. So whichever size you want to get, it really depends. So for example, I like this size because it's not too big, not too small. It's just nice. It's about the palm of my hand, okay? And the paper, and it's perforated. So something like this, even though it fits in the smallest bag, but you can't fit anything else in after that. So if you want the smallest bag, my suggestion is, you know, maybe keep like a smaller pad like this. Okay, maybe not this one, but maybe you can get like a pad of postcards, art paper postcards, put them in here, and then you can put whatever, you know, all the other stuff in here, like these. Okay, they fit in here like that, and then you can put your color pencils in like that. There, it was your self-care kit, and it's small enough that you can fit. Okay, now if you want something bigger like this, okay, then this is what you will need. This size bag is what you will need. I wouldn't advise getting the bigger one unless you want to keep like a big drawing block in there. Okay, which is fine too if you want. I'll put links in the description for these bags in case you're interested. Okay, and then And then I'm also going to show you another option on the bag, which is a little bit more expensive. Okay, you can get a tote bag like this. Okay, it will keep many things, your knickknacks and all, and they're pretty lasting. I've used this for quite a few years now. I got this pre-pandemic, like few years pre-pandemic. So I've had this for more than 5 years now, and maybe around 5 years. Okay, and this particular tote bag is a design that I did. If you're interested to know where to find it, I have a Redbubble shop that sells some of my paintings, and this was one of them that I put on the tote bag. Okay, I'm not saying that you can buy it, but you can order it if you want, but the choice is yours. So it's available in quite a few designs. So if you're interested, let me know, and I'll put links in the description where you can find it. All right, so in any case, so this is what you can do to have your own little self-care kit. Okay, it doesn't have to be this small, could be this size, and you can fit more stuff in there. Okay, so if you have this size, maybe you can fit about maybe 6, 7, or 8 art markers in there. Not a problem. And you can also get a bigger pad of paper other than this. Okay, so, and the whole reason I'm doing this is because I know it's always very convenient for people to have like a little self-care kit, even if it's something small like this, keep around and then carry around, and when you need it, you just fish it out. Everything's in there in this compact little bag, whether it's this size or this size, you know, it can be this size. I can fit everything that I have here in this bag. So just to show you, okay, yeah, I would suggest getting this bag this size because it's a little bit more convenient. You can fit more stuff in there, and it's not really that big. Unless you're really tight for space, then yeah, you go for the smaller one. But in any case, this little bag you can carry around anywhere you want to go, like if you're going traveling or whatever, or you're going on an outing and you would like some time alone to do your thing, your drawing and all that. This is it. All right, so I will end this video here, and I will talk to you again in the next video. Bye.